We got breaking news.
Yep.
You guys know there has been a trial going on with Jonathan Majors, and apparently a verdict has come in. We go over to NBC News' website. Jury finds Jonathan Majors guilty on 2 counts in assault trial. The jury finds Jonathan Majors guilty on Monday of assault in the 3rd degree and harassment in the 2nd degree, both misdemeanors. Now, I am reading this with you guys for the first time as we go. So I'm going to take a look at this. And it says this: Jonathan Majors was found guilty on Monday of 2 of the 4 counts against him. I didn't even know the verdict was going to come in this quick. The 9-person jury found the actor guilty of misdemeanor assault and harassment in connection with a March 25th incident that erupted, according to Manhattan prosecutors, between Majors and his ex-girlfriend, Grace Jabari. While testifying, Jabari said she spotted a text on the actor's phone from another woman. That's when she grabbed his phone, and she claims he physically assaulted her. Majors has maintained his innocence via his attorney. He faces up to 1 year in jail. NBC News has reached out to Chaudhry, that's his lawyer, for comment. So we don't have really any more details than that, other than he's been found guilty on 2 of the counts, which I assume means he's been acquitted on the other two counts. And the penalty for this, according to the report, is up to 1 year in prison. So apparently there was a jury that saw all the evidence. They heard all the testimony. They read all the reports. They were presented with arguments from the prosecution, from the defense, and the 9-person jury said he's guilty on these 2 things. So, since we are not a legal analysis show, let's discuss what are the movie repercussions here. What is the repercussions here for our entertainment industry, for the movies that we have coming out and that we're looking forward to? Rob, we've known for this whole time that this whole situation was one not of Disney's making, and yet Disney was going to be the ones that had to face some of the big consequences of it. They had Jonathan Majors as their prime antagonist for this and upcoming, phases of the entire Marvel Cinematic Universe. He was going to be kind of a major linchpin in this. These are misdemeanor things he's been found guilty on. I think the other ones were the 2 more severe ones. Still found guilty on 2 of these. Of course, we talked the other day about the text messages that came out and the voicemail that came out that did not look good. Now we are here left to speculate, okay, now that we've got the result, what does Disney do about this? Now, before we give our speculation on that, it's important to note that there have been some reports that, through no fault of Jonathan Majors, Marvel might have been looking at moving on from Kang anyway, just because the story hasn't really been working out. So there is a possibility that, innocent or guilty, they might have been moving on from Kang anyway, right? So we got to keep that in mind. But let's assume for a second that the plan was to stick with the plan, still have Kang. Guys, we want to thank a sponsor of this video, Factor. This bustling holiday season, you might be looking for nutritious, flavorful meals to fuel you on jam-packed days. Factor, America's #1 ready-to-eat meal delivery service, can help you eat well for breakfast, lunch, and dinner with chef-prepared, dietitian-approved, ready-to-eat meals delivered straight to your door. You'll save time and stay on track with your healthy lifestyle while tackling all your holiday to-dos. Cross meal prepping off your list this holiday season with Factor. Skip the meal planning, grocery shopping, chopping, prepping, and cleaning up, and get Factor's fresh, never frozen meals delivered to your door. They're ready in just 2 minutes, so all you have to do is heat and enjoy. Choose from 35 plus chef-crafted meals every week that support a healthy lifestyle and meet your meal preferences. Looking for calorie-conscious options over the holidays that don't skimp on the flavor? Try delicious, dietitian-approved, calorie-smart meals with around or less than 550 calories per serving. And Factor isn't just for dinner. Count on extra convenience any time of the day with an assortment of 55 plus add-ons to suit various preferences and tastes. So guys, head to factormeals.com/Campea50 and use the code Campea50 to get 50% off. That's code Campea50 at factormeals.com/Campea50 to get 50% off. Rob, what do you think? And we're only speculating here. We're only, because we don't know. None of us have talked to Kevin Feige or Bob Iger or whoever, but what do you think Marvel does at this point? Do they either take out Kang or take out Jonathan Majors as Kang? Do you think they continue on? How do you think Disney has to respond now?
Well, first of all, a misdemeanor, a third-degree misdemeanor assault charge, someone takes your phone, you push back, you know, that could be considered misdemeanor assault. It's not like somebody belted somebody in the face. So, not that I'm absolving anyone of guilt, but at least it's not like a first-degree assault charge.
Yeah, these are, again, let me emphasize, these are the least severe of the 4 charges that
absolutely. I mean, you know, the real question is, it sounded like it was an altercation amongst people. It happens. I think, though, that Disney, being a family company, I think they have extra pressure on them to try and keep people as squeaky clean as possible. I mean, whether that's right or wrong, I think that's Disney's, that's kind of what they want to, that's the image they want to put out into the world. So I do think that Jonathan Majors as Kang is in a precarious position. Yet they have set it up that there's many different variants of Kang. There's nothing that says that Jonathan Majors can't be replaced. Terrence Howard was replaced as Rhodey, and they literally say in Iron Man 2, listen, let's not talk. He says, Don Cheadle says something effective.
I'm here. It's me. Get over it.
Let's get over it. And so they could easily do that. Whether they're going to move forward with Kang, I think, is not necessarily contingent about this court case. The Kang character has not been set up and worked as I think they thought that he would.
Yeah, agreed.
So it would not surprise me if they go into a different direction. Maybe they introduced Doom earlier, but maybe they are too far down the road. I mean, we've heard announcements that the Kang Dynasty, Avengers Kang Dynasty, is still continuing as Avengers Kang Dynasty. So until we hear otherwise, I don't think we can say anything definitively, but I can say this from my perspective. Right now, they're at a crossroads. It wouldn't surprise me if they replace Jonathan Majors and move forward with the Kang Dynasty project as they conceived it. But then again, it also wouldn't surprise me if they scrap the Kang storyline altogether. So I think we're at a crossroads now, and I think Disney has a decision to make that I think they might not have made yet.
See, I think this is the result that literally does put Disney in a position where I think all their options are open to them. Because if he was just acquitted of everything, right? I think, were they still going to do the Kang story, I think they would have quickly said, okay, he was acquitted on everything. We're going to keep him as Kang. If he was found guilty of, say, a couple of the more severe charges, I think that makes it pretty cut and dry. I think Disney then goes, you know what? We wish you well, but we can't be associated with what happened with you. And then they move on. I think this puts them squarely on that razor's edge in the middle where they literally, I think they could justify going either way. I think if they decided they wanted to move on from it, they could just say, look, it wasn't a good look having text messages come out showing that you were more concerned about your image than an injured woman going and getting medical attention. And the fact of the matter is you do face some prison time right now, possibly, and this is something we couldn't. I could also see Marvel and Disney going, okay, you know what? It's not a good look, but you were acquitted on the more serious charges, and we're going to take a little bit of a PR hit probably, but we think we can keep moving forward with you. I honestly don't know which way they're going to go on this. This is the exact verdict that I think puts it as in all options are still on the table. So, and by the way, I wouldn't blame them from either one. They've got a lot invested in Jonathan Majors. I wouldn't blame them if they decided, you know what, let's keep moving forward with them. And it's just enough of a bad look that I wouldn't blame them if they went, you know what, we've got enough problems that we're dealing with right now. We don't want to bring this into the house too. So I can see them going either way on this. It's going to be really interesting to see what happens in the coming days. Again, guys, this literally is just breaking. We're going to have to wait to hear more details about what's going on, and we'll talk more about it in the coming days. Hey guys, thanks so much for watching this video. Make sure you like the video, leave a comment, and subscribe to our channel. And don't forget, we have a daily podcast called the John Campea Show podcast, available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or your favorite podcasting app of choice. Go and subscribe to it today so it'll be there when you need it.